Antonio Spurs taking on the Utah Jazz. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. Looking at the starting five for the San Antonio Spurs. Brought to you by State Farm. They've got Pippen, and it's Griffin in at the 5. And for the Jazz, we've got Williams and Boone.
Well, the Jazz have been such a model of consistency for so long as a franchise. That's why last year was strange, seeing them finish below 500 and out of the playoff picture.
And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. Outside Williams. Top of the key. He squares up and sinks it. Back to that point Steve was making about the Jazz. The franchise has had success for so many years, such a long time. It'll be interesting to see how they handle, maybe a downswing or maybe a couple down years here as they rebuild.
Well, you know what, Kevin? I think it's going to take a little bit for them to get back to where they once been. The parts and pieces have to be added, and it's hard to imagine the Jazz out of the playoffs for too long, but they've got some work to do in upgrading their personnel.
Here's Williams after the basket by San Antonio. Shot clock at 6. Number 4 takes it right up. Blocked. And it's the Spurs with the ball. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the head coach for the Jazz gave me just a couple of moments to catch up with him. I asked him what's pleased him most about his team coming into this game, and he mentioned their heads-up play at the offensive end. We've really come together as a unit. All my guys have been working with each other so well, and we hope that continues tonight. We'll see, guys.
Doris, thanks. Guys, shooting is a chief concern for them.
It could be this coaching staff has seen something they haven't really liked in regard to shooting. Maybe a poor week of practice, perhaps.
Well, they can't really think before a game about whether the shots are going to go in or not. I mean, it's all about playing hard and trying to get good shots and then building your confidence from there.
Good. 6 points for him.
Good things happen when he's working like that, fellas.
On defense, San Antonio. Backs down. Post-up shot. Number 50. And strong with the one-handed jam.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there.
Stolen. And it's the Jazz's ball. He shoots again, and the layup is good.
Well, those are like 3 points. I mean, great effort. Stay with the play. Continue to fight.
And it's the Spurs with the ball, trailing by 2. Left side, Griffin. The 3 ball. Utah with the rebound. About 5.5 minutes left to play here in the first. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Boone. Backing down. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Here's Silas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. And it's all knotted up.
Nice start here. Taking 5 shots, only missed 1 of them.
Outside Williams. No one near him. And it's good. Terrific work on the offensive glass to make that one work. And it's the Spurs with the ball. Here's Gervin. No luck. And here go the Jazz the other way.
That's exactly where they wanted to go with the ball, even though he didn't finish.
Here's Williams. The layup off target.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Several teams changing it up here. And so here is San Antonio. 4-point game. 13 feet out. San Antonio again missing. Jazz leading by 4. The tray cannot hit.
It's not his forte. I don't really like that shot, and you can tell the defense is just asking him to take it.
25-16 were the Spurs on the road last season, guys. They tied for the 5th best road record in the league.
Makes it off the glass. 6 points for him.
I think their only hope now, Clark, is to slow him down with a double team.
Well, they got to stop the bleeding, put the tourniquet on, and he's been tough to play straight up.
There's the bucket. Good. And Clark, I think a lot of that is veteran discipline. You talk about the Spurs and how well they played away from San Antonio.
Yep.
Yeah,
Steve, I know you've been through that, played with veteran teams that play well on the road.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, you got veterans. You execute. You never fear anything. You know you can win. That's a team that just knows what it's doing, and that shows in their road record. Well, they really look to run immediately after that turnover.
Well, that's how you cash in. You don't want to waste any time after the turnover. Go at it right away.
And Utah has possession from 11 feet away. That one a little long.
This has been a strong statement by them, the way they've come out and attacked the glass early.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. I love the physical play, the fact that they're taking the game right to their opponents.
Turned it over there, but they built this lead by making the most of their possessions and keeping their turnovers really low.
Silas. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Well, that's definitely a good look. I mean, the defense can't be that relaxed. I mean, they got there and expect him to miss consistently from there. He's too good.
Here's Gervin, and it's all evened up. 10 points for him.
Nice start for him. 5 of his first 7 shots he's made.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Yeah, he doesn't really like what he's seeing, and they're going to try to hash it out here. Boy, it really had to be deflating for the Spurs after winning 61 games in the regular season to be bounced out of the playoffs by the Grizzlies in the first round. It raised some interesting and difficult questions for them moving forward.
.146 left in the first quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Going back, Clark, to that first-round upset, the second time an 8th seed has ever won in a 7-game series, and Spurs were thoroughly outplayed, Steve, by the Memphis Grizzlies. Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol. What a collection Grizzlies got by him.
Yeah, that didn't feel like an 8th seed, did it? I mean, Randolph and Gasol so dominant in the front court, and then I thought Memphis's defense was really good too, but the Spurs, as well as they played the regular season, just didn't have it in the playoffs. I think they needed an infusion of some young talent there in San Antonio.
Number 31, Utah with the rebound.
Boy, they are not messing around here, guys. They are really banging the glass hard early on.
+5 margin already in rebounding, and it looks like this is going to be a factor all game.
Here's Gervin. The teardrop falls in. 12 points for him.
My goodness, it seems like he's got every point this quarter. Just an amazing job helping to cut into this lead.
Number 34 is tagged with the reach. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, San Antonio trailing by 2. Number 4, and the layup is good. And the Jazz lead by 4.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Fantastic start for him here. I mean, that one makes him 7 of 9 from the field now.
Goes right up, and an emphatic dunk.
I think he wanted some one-on-one time with the rim. He wasn't letting that thing go.
No, a little pose up there hanging on the rim, just kind of showing off a little bit, Bart.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. And there's the pass to Griffin. Working it around now. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. 16 points for him. It's stolen. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Jazz lead by 2.
And it's really been a dominant effort on the glass. That's been the key here.
Yeah, they've established nice low post presence, which always tends to help you on the rebounding battle.
And we'll return momentarily. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And it's the Spurs with the ball. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So on the floor for Utah, Dawkins is out there with Vladimir Radmanovic. Then it's Williams. Picked away. And it's the Spurs with the ball. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
He passes it to Dawkins. 18 feet away. Connects. The jumper drops. It's all knotted up. And it's the Spurs with the ball. Number 34. Yep, it's good.
Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Well, they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd, a 10-time NBA All-Star. He's made the playoffs in 15 of 19 seasons. A future Hall of Famer. He said, honestly, the thing about it is I've been lucky to have some longevity and just being in the right place at the right time with great teammates. I've been blessed with talent that I've never taken for granted. I enjoy playing the game each time I take the floor. And guys, even with that poker face demeanor of his, that love of the game shows through.
Well, we saw it on the victory podium at the end of last season.
And I think with Jason Kidd, I think he would have been successful almost anywhere that he went. He's just a winner, plain and simple.
Plenty of space. Gets it to go. He's got 6. San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, a lot of storylines in Utah last season. Jerry Sloan finally stepping down as coach, and then that was followed by the blockbuster trade sending Darren Williams to New Jersey. A lot of new faces in Salt Lake.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And so here is San Antonio. Back to that trade that Steve was talking about for Utah. It caught me off guard. I'm sure it caught you off guard as well.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, nobody really saw it coming. It just seemed like it was time to start over, and they got right back to work, and now in a bit of a rebuilding mode, if you will.
That was all about the assist there. Just a beautiful feed.
Here's San Antonio. Here's Gervin. San Antonio again missing.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Here's Williams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, it was a tough season a year ago for Utah. And, you know, one of their hallmarks in their history of their franchise has been their ability to dominate their home floor. That wasn't the case a year ago. They played 500 ball at Energy Solutions Arena.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. He was talking about the Utah Jazz and playing up in Salt Lake City in a very loud arena. And I always thought that some players would get overwhelmed in certain arenas because of the noise and the emotion. That was one of the buildings.
Yeah, that was a really good. I mean, good building because the fans come out in big numbers and are ready to get behind and support that Utah Jazz team. Well, you talk about the San Antonio Spurs franchise, guys. I mean, perhaps no better run organization in basketball, maybe even in all the sports. The culture of accountability, the work ethic, the winning from the front office down, ownership at the top starts it all. I mean, it's a group to be emulated in every way.
Throws up the alley-oop. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team can kind of ride the momentum and take control of this game.
Number 25. The baseline jumper goes down. He's got 8.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots. You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint. But you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Here's Gervin, and he converts the layup. He's got 20.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
Utah calls timeout. The Spurs making a switch here.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was your Jazz dancing. Get loud!
On defense, San Antonio. Feeds to Williams. Clock at 6. Shoots it. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Seems to be getting better as this game goes on.
And it's the Spurs with the ball. He dishes it to Griffin. And the Spurs scoring again.
Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shots.
Oh, man.
Great lob, great catch, perfect execution on the alley-oop.
And not just with any old finish either. The big stuff.
Yeah, little something for everybody, Kevin.
Here's Williams. Stolen away. Throws it up high. Stolen away as they knock away the alley-oop attempt. Jazz trailed by 4. For the finish, Pippen knocks it loose. And so here is San Antonio. They lead by 4. Trying his luck deep. No good. And here go the Jazz the other way. Passes it to Williams. Ring shot on the way. Offensive rebound. Moving it around. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Williams up on top. Another miss by Utah.
Looked like he squirted that one off a little too quickly there. The defense really was never in the play.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, as you know, the Utah Jazz are in a rare rebuilding stage. This has been one of the most consistently successful franchises in the entire NBA. But perhaps they lucked out, and their growth will be accelerated as they landed the number 3 pick in the draft. They also have a top 12 pick. So this infusion of youth should have the Jazz back up and running in a short period of time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. A lot of new faces in Utah these days.
Well, I admire the job Kevin O'Connor did, guys, because he's infused this young Jazz team with talent. And he knew he had to. He couldn't afford to lose Darren Williams and get nothing in return. So he made the best of the situation, and now they've got a lot of good, young, talented players on this roster.
Utah calls timeout.
Well, last year was a very tough year for Jazz fans, and so many things went wrong for them. If you look for a bright spot, maybe it's their play against the Eastern Conference. They went 18-12 against the East.
There's a minute 47 left to play here in the half. Just 5 on the clock. Number 33. They rule this one goaltending. Count the shot.
Haven't had as much success in the paint here. Everything is from the perimeter. They're settling too much for what's going on the outside. They've got to get back to getting it inside.
Here's Gervin. It's in. 22 points for him. More on the Jazz against the East, Clark. They can play that more physical style of ball that is, I guess, I don't know if it's realistically a part of what the Eastern Conference or the perspective or however you feel about the way they play, but I guess they got that tag of being a more physical conference in the West.
Yeah, they do have that perception, and I don't think it's always 100% accurate, but nonetheless, the Utah Jazz are a hard-nosed team, and by nature, when teams try to slow it down and get chippy against them, that's their comfort zone, right in their wheelhouse. They love playing that way.
Fires top of the key, and it's missed off the front rim. Clock management, this is where, Steve, they can get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. As long as the first one's a good one, and now you play D, you get the ball back, one more shot.
Backing down. High, arcing shot, and that one's good. 26 points for him.
We see very few mistakes from him at that end of the floor.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Number 44 sticks it from 17 feet.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Spurs leading by 8.
And they will hold for the last shot.
Yeah, good clock management is essential here.
Here's Gervin. A special move before the shot.
Shooting percentage is off the charts, guys. He's really hitting his shots today.
Number 33 misses the chippy right there.
That's a good shot, high percentage.
Can't complain about that one.
The 3, Pippen. That misses, would have kind of had it gone in. And so that brings the first half to a close. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Sunday Hoops seems like a perfect way to start the week. Welcome to your HB Halftime Report. The Spurs are on a tear right now. You can talk about lights out shooting, but this is out of this world. They simply can't miss out there. A phenomenal performance by the Iceman, George Gervin. He's already dropped 28 points. Just as important, he's been shooting with excellent efficiency. And for the Jazz, it's been all hustle. Their bench has given them a huge lift offensively, coming up big. And now, here's some of the stats from tonight's 2 top performers. And that's it for now. Let's head on back out to the third quarter. Enjoy the rest of the game.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. And so here is San Antonio. On the court right now for the Spurs. They've got Pippen. And it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. With the floater. That's good. 30 points in the game.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Well, they really look to run immediately after that turnover.
Well, that's how you cash in. You don't want to waste any time after the turnover. Go at it right away.
Now Williams. Shot from the top of the key, and he connects with the jumper. Williams has got 6.
That's 10 straight points now coming in that mid-range jump shot area, guys.
Yeah, it is, and they're picking their spots and finding holes in the middle of that defense to get those shots off, and I think that's very good discipline they're showing us here.
Gets it to go.
That's such a feel shot, that floater over the top.
Jazz trailed by 14, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Number 50, defended by Griffin. Lots of room. A couple of bounces and it falls. He's got 8.
Good team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target. A lot of ball movement and player movement. It's a thing of beauty. This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Number 4, defended by Griffin. Scottie Pippen grabs the miss. Spurs leading by 12. Here's Gervin. And the 3 off target. And Utah has possession. Number 33. Great look, but off the mark.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
Goes up to the stripe. The shot is off. And here go the Jazz the other way. Now here's Williams. He's got 8. Off on the layup. Number 50 gets the whistle for blocking. That is his first foul of the game.
That's such a tough call to make as a ref, but I think he got it right. The defender was not set.
Yeah, I thought he was leaning as well, Steve.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Utah on D. A 12-point game. Moving it around nicely. From 11 feet away. And that one's good. He's got 10. Here's Williams. A ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
Key is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
Yeah, and I think the tendency can be to really rush or push the game a little bit. I think they need to avoid that.
Utah calls timeout.
And obviously, coach doesn't want them giving up all these inside buckets. They need to do a better job of moving their feet, staying in their stance, and keeping their man in front of them.
And so here is Utah. They trail by 14. Baseline J on the way, and he nails the jumper.
I'll tell you what, right now, that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming from that mid-range area.
Here's Gervin. Rebound, Utah.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at them.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Snatched away.
Well, that's a really slick move to come up with that steal.
Number 35. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
The Jazz get the tip. Running out of time. Williams up on top. 8 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. There's the block. And they keep possession. And he trims the lead to single digits. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. And so here is San Antonio. They're leading by 8. On baseline, Jay. Good. He's got 34.
He's done an outstanding job all game long. Absolutely a great job of finding an opening against the defense.
Shoots off the step back. Shot is no good. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
Boy, you can't just let a team run amok on you inside the paint like that. You got to show some fight and some force.
It's one of my favorite words, Clark, amok. They are running amok. It's time for them to start playing harder defensively.
And the shot is good. He's got 10.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
Spurs leading by 10.
I see him.
Here's Gervin, and there's the rejection. And they'd love to cut this deficit down to single digits. Williams can't get it to go. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
Right up. Rebound, San Antonio. Ball stolen. Shot denied. But they recover it. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the third. Down low. Here's Silas. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He's got 14.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. How about trying, guys?
And 1:01 left in the third quarter of the game. There's the triple. And no one able to grab it as it goes out of bounds. Both teams will make substitutions. And Utah has possession. It's a 10-point game. They swipe it.
Boy, that's a wonderful read.
And he flushes it through. Sprite Slam Cam with the replay.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
And Utah has possession. Down by 12. Number 33. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
First team foul. Shooting one. ABC.
The and one is good, so a three-point play that time. 29 seconds left in the third. Kicks to Griffin. Here's Gervin on the money. He has 38 in the game.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Number 53, nice job to grab the defensive board. That will count. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Spurs out in front. They're up by 11. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the Game report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, well, our spark of the game goes to the Spurs for that major surge. They were as tough a defensive team as we've seen in the second quarter, and they've had an answer for everything they've had thrown their way. That effort is the main reason they've built the lead they have. We'll see if it can continue, guys.
Thank you, Doris. They made a statement with that big run, Clark.
They sure did. I mean, actually, this team has what I like to call spurtability.
Clark, that's becoming one of our trademarks right there.
Without question.
Oh,
watch out below. Run for cover, young fella.
Number 50.
A superb alley-oop there. Prime time play.
Well, they have that one standing by, just waiting to pull it out.
Well, there's definitely a sense of understanding between those two teammates, that's for sure.
From about 19 feet, cannot hit. Now San Antonio the other way. Some good ball movement here. Inside. Here's the teardrop. Can't get it to go. Here go the Jazz the other way. Number 33. And he races to the bucket for two.
You know, Kevin, that's just him doing his thing. I mean, that's who he is, launching himself at the basket. I mean, he thrusts himself at the basket. He's an angry driver and attacker of the rim.
Goes up with a stripe. That's good. And the Spurs lead by 13.
You can say anything you want about this guy. He's played well in every area.
And you know what? That tells you what kind of game it's been for him. Well-rounded, highly productive in all areas.
And those points are made possible by that perfect entry pass.
Spurs leading by 11. Bunny shot lands off on the front of the rim and drops.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
Number 33. And here we go with Scottie Pippen. The three, that's good.
Well, there's a big spread between these teams and how many of their baskets have been assisted on.
But you have to give credit to them for how well they've been able to find the open man with that extra pass.
Picked them clean. And they're on the break. Here's Norris. It's blocked. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. So both teams making some changes here. On defense, Utah. It's a 16-point game. From 11 feet away. Fired short, but gets the kind roll and goes in. He has 40.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
With the teardrop, that's good.
12 turnovers really becoming a key storyline in this one.
Yep, another mistake at the other end, and once again, they're reaping the benefits.
it go. Buries the jump shot. And it's the Spurs with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Shot is blocked. Jazz trail by 18. Fast break, here we go. Number 4. And he makes good on the layup. Here's Gervin. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. The Jazz on offense. They've trailed by as much as 20. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, that should be a rule. No layups. Protect the paint. Make them earn every point.
Yeah, I think that's just tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
The first one falls, so San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Good on both. Here's Evans. For the 3. Utah with the rebound. Boom. Covered by Evans. The steal.
Great job defensively, getting out and forcing that turnover.
And he finishes the break with a lay-in. And the Spurs lead by 16.
They're just trying to get out and outrun their opponent, and that's exactly what's happening.
And I like the way the game plan is working quite nicely right now. I mean, they're running right by him and racking up a bunch of fast break points.
That's good.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
And so here is San Antonio. They lead by 14. Here's Norris. Buries the easy one. Jazz trail by 16, and the Jazz call time here.
I think Coach saw a couple of things he wanted to correct. You got to make sure everyone's following the game plan.
Williams, he's checked in for Utah. San Antonio on D. It's a 16-point game. Stripped away.
Too many miscues, guys. Their lack of attention and focus has really held them back here.
Well, it's like the first rule of medicine, Steve. I bet you didn't know this. Do no harm. Well, their turnovers are making for a tough recovery.
Count that one.
Got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
And so here is San Antonio. Six to shoot. Releases from 15. They grab their own miss. Goes back up, and that is good. And the Spurs lead by 16.
Just cruising to the finish line.
Yeah, and barring something catastrophic happening, it looks like they'll go home with a nice victory here.
Number 50. Again, the Jazz score.
He's showing some signs of life here in the second after having a very forgettable first half.
And so here is San Antonio. They lead by 14. Lets it go from deep. No good. Here go the Jazz the other way. They've trailed by as much as 20. 13 feet out. This is off the front iron. And it's the Spurs with the ball. Here's Gale. Hits the jump hook.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. So it's time to start thinking about the next game now.
Evans with the steal. On up the court. And they're moving it up. They're moving it around. Number 25. Finished off the break.
I like it. I mean, he dropped a dime on him right there, guys.
Here's San Antonio. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Number 21. Off target from three-point range. Knocks it loose. Here's the break. The open look. No good.
Boy, that's an outstanding job of sniffing that rebound out and beating the big guys to the ball.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game.